Good morning, Rogersville.
Good morning.
Wow, we're back at it again.
Yes, we are.
We're struggling again. I always struggle in the
I'm
morning.
not sure how much I like this close-up.
Well, and I probably need to scoot my chair over, which is, I told Megan, it's hard, being like a whale. I'm 36. I'm almost 37 weeks pregnant now, and things are uncomfortable a little bit. So I'm doing the best I can.
Time to pop the baby out.
That's right. Oh, do you see your hair?
What's wrong with everything's happening? What's happening?
Here, pull your thing forward, and then try again like a headband. Yeah, there. Oh, here. Try again. Sorry, I care about you, and I didn't want people to see you like that. Not that they probably could. I'm sorry. But good morning. We'll get it together. So we named our show something different.
Yes, we did.
Who can guess what MOM stands for? Maybe we should just let them guess.
I like that idea.
I do, yeah. So we'll let that marinate for a minute. You guys can just go ahead and guess what MOM stands for. So, gosh, I burnt my thumb this morning. Do you have a steamer, or do you, like, whenever you have, like, wrinkled clothes, do you put it in the dryer? Or do you have, like, a steamer? You have, what, you don't have wrinkled clothes?
I don't know.
What do you mean? I don't tell me you're that perfect mom that, like, hangs it up as soon as it gets out of the dryer.
Okay, no. But
Do you just wear your clothes wrinkled? I've never seen you in wrinkled
clothes. They just don't
clothes.
ever seem wrinkled.
Oh my gosh.
I will say though, the boutique clothes that I buy,
yeah,
I don't dry them. Like I dry everything else, but I don't dry these because I think on one of the like packages I got, I think it said something about like a certain way to like dry it because the material.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with it.
Because I feel like this would be an easy thing to like.
So you hang all your clothes?
I just hang the boutique clothes.
Oh, okay.
Right after they get washed, so that way they hang like they're.
Still though, whenever I feel like I hang mine, I still get wrinkles.
I've never noticed wrinkles.
Really?
Well, do you have a lot of like what would you consider this?
I have no idea. Like,
is that a thing? Chiffon?
Or is that like nylon or
something like that?
I have no idea.
Do you have a lot of shirts like this? I feel like you do.
I do, yeah. Because I get, I go to like Old Navy or whatever, and I get those like little dressy shirts.
See,
like a blouse.
Yeah. See, I'm wearing a shirt.
Well, back whenever we got married, I got a steamer like whenever we got married, and I love that thing. Phil and I use it all the time. But so this morning, this shirt was really wrinkled. In fact, don't look at the back of it because it's really wrinkled on the back. Like, do you see how all wrinkled it is on the back? It's terrible. I didn't even go back there.
Yeah,
so, because I thought, okay, nobody's going to see me back there.
I don't notice stuff like that.
Oh, that's all I notice. I won't let Phil leave the house without, like, he'll come out dressed, and I'll go, no. And he's like, what? And I'm like, those pants, that shirt, it's all wrinkled. No. Because I feel like it's a reflection of me as a wife. Listen, I understand. And he's very good. He's very good about helping with the laundry too. But usually it's the wife's responsibility to like make sure things are kept in order. And I said, it's a reflection of me whenever you walk out of the house because it looks sloppy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So if I know there's like nice shirts getting washed and they get dried, I will take those out right away.
Yeah.
And hang them up.
Yeah.
Kind of fluff them out.
Yes. Yes.
A little shake.
See, that's where I'm so bad because I just like leave things in there and then I'm like, oh,
but
and then I end up
gets
squirting
left.
them. So sometimes I do put them back in the dryer. I squirt them with water and I put them back in the dryer and then try to get the wrinkles out. But this one I had to do this morning and I burnt my steamers are very hard. They're super easy to use, but I'm saying if you do it wrong, they get really hot. And I burned my thumb this morning. Also, another thing I did before I went to bed, do you ever use dry shampoo in your hair?
Every single day.
I don't know what I did with my life before dry shampoo. So I realized
Every day.
I realized last night I was like, crap, I didn't do my hair because I usually wash my hair the night before and then like do the curl thing, before our show. And I was like, we got in bed and I was like, holy crap, what day is it? We've got our show in the morning. And of course at this point it's like 8:30. I'm not taking a shower and doing my hair. So I went in my bathroom. I was like, okay, I'm just going to dry shampoo the crap. And I like to do dry shampoo before you go to bed.
I've heard of that. I've heard that
it's
apparently
genius.
it's supposed to like...
It's genius.
Because then it like sits and
yes,
it
well,
gets
because
all in there.
Because some of that dry shampoo has it's like white. It's like a white powder. So this way you could spray it on, work it in really, really good. You go to sleep, you wake up the next morning and your hair's like brand new. So
interesting.
It's so cool. I do it all the time.
That.
All the time. That's the only time I ever use dry shampoo. Well, so last night I get out of bed. I was like, here I go. I'm going to dry shampoo. So I like, whenever you dry shampoo, you got to like lift it up and like spray like at the root. Well, it was looking kind of weird. And I was like, why does that look so weird? And I did just try a new dry shampoo. And I was like, okay, this is really odd. So I'm like working it in. I used hairspray instead of dry shampoo. I looked down. I have 2 bottles, and they're both pink. And one's dry shampoo and one's hairspray. So my roots right now are all hairspray. But then guess what? Yeah. And then but then I came back in with the dry shampoo. I feel it
a little bit.
I couldn't even brush it out because I thought, okay, I'm going to get my brush and just like brush it out, just let it go. But it wouldn't, but then I had sticky hairspray and then it really looked bad, really looked like greasy. So I was like, well, here I go with my dry shampoo. Oh, and I'm like, I don't know how I didn't pass out from all the fumes in the bathroom because I had like a cloud of like dry shampoo.
Were you not noticing the hairspray coming out clear?
No, because I feel like the
wetness of it?
So listen, it's actually a dry powdered, what's it called? A dry powdered finishing spray. So I know it's kind of bougie, which is why I wanted to try it. And I just got little sample ones, so I could try them out. And so I thought whenever it was coming out, it looked normal. And then whenever I looked in the mirror, it was like wet and sticky. And I'm like, what kind of dry shampoo is this? And it says, finishing spray. I'm like, finishing spray? What did I just put on my head? So anyways, and then listen, so I said something about squirting with the water bottle. I did something really bad last night. I'm so mean. I am the meanest wife ever. I pulled a prank on Phil.
Well, okay, that's good.
That my water broke. Bless his heart, right? But listen.
I know where you're like, what?
I videotaped it too. I know. I'm a special kind of. I'm so mean. I know. I'm so
that's
mean.
Something I would do. Absolutely.
Well, I love pulling pranks. And
did he freak out?
He did.
Freak out?
So I've got it on video. He actually was so cool and collected. Here's the real kicker. I didn't mean to do this. I didn't mean to, but I started to cry whenever I told him my water broke. So I was making dinner, right? And so I go, okay, Phil, I was like, dinner's almost done. So he comes in and I go, can you go in the bathroom and grab me the Prevacid? I was like, I'm having a heartburn. So as soon as he left, I turned my camera on, So, and I had already squirted everything and he squirted the floor, all that stuff. So he comes back around the corner and I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I think my water just broke. And he goes, what? And he's like, are you serious? And poor Parker, he's like, huh? He has no clue.
Parker.
So Parker just stood there like, what is going on? Because he saw the seriousness, in both of our faces. And I go, I think my water broke. And he looked and he's like, oh my gosh. And he just kind of paused for a minute. And I go, and then I started to get teary-eyed because I'm already emotional because I'm pregnant and I've got hormones. And I think if it was going to happen, it set in real with me for a minute. And so I got teary-eyed.
Oh my gosh, we're having a baby.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Well, and I wasn't prepared at all. But anyways, so I started to get teary-eyed. So I think that's when he knew, he thought I was being serious, So he looked right at me and I was like, what do we do? And he goes, all right, well, we got to call Paul and Nana, which are his parents. They live in Mountain Grove. They're an hour and a half out. And he goes, well, we got to call Paul and Nana. He was just so cool. And so Parker's just standing there we're calling Paul and Nana? What's happening? You know what I mean? He doesn't know what's going on. So Phil starts to pick up his phone and I was like, I'm just kidding. He froze. He went like this. And I came over to him and I grabbed his beard. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. He was like, I don't even know what to say to that. Rude. And I'm like, listen, I had to. It was the only time I said, whenever I was pregnant with Parker, I didn't do it. And I wish I would have done it back then because it's so good. It's a good prank to pull.
Absolutely.
And because I pull so many pranks, he always sees them coming, So I'm like, I've got to do this because he'll never see it coming. And when am I going to have this opportunity again? Because we're not going to have any more kids. And so I'm like, when am I going to get this opportunity again?
Careful. If your water breaks in a week, you might
I know.
say, nice try. He
exactly.
might just walk out.
Exactly.
And be no, I'm for real, dog. My water broke.
So that's what I thought too. I was like, listen, I'm never going to do this again. So if I say next time that it's happening, it's really
real.
happening. Yeah. So what's funny is I told my mom about it beforehand and I said, like the day before. And I go, I think I'm going to do this to Phil. She's like, oh, you are so mean. And I'm like, I just have to. So
I think it's a great point.
So I sent her the video. And I said, oh my gosh, Mom, I got him so good. She goes, I should have been thinking ahead. And she goes, Lauren said we need the video. Phil would probably kill me. I don't know if Phil would probably like it if I shared the video, because then more people would have mercy on him.
Absolutely.
They would feel sorry. But then it would make me look like a terrible person.
No, it would make you look fun. You're a fun mom. You're a fun wife.
So my mom goes, you know what I should have done? She goes, I whenever you told me about it, I should have called Phil. And I should have said, hey, Cassie's going to do this prank on you. So let's make it backfire on her. And I want you to fake like you're fainting or like you have a heart attack or something. So I go, could you imagine though? Like if I said, oh my gosh, my water broke. And then Phil's like, and I'm like, then my water would actually break.
Probably.
Because of the stress. Yeah. And then I said, could you imagine the chaos? The chaos that would have ensued. And she's like, hey, I'm just trying to she's always on Phil's team.
Listen, yeah, my in-laws aren't going to be here for an hour and a half. I'm bringing Margaret to your house.
Well, so and that's the thing too. I thought Phil goes, so afterwards we were talking about it. And I said, I thought you would have said like, call the doctor. But the fact that he said he was going to call his parents, he picked up the phone like fire. He was ready to go.
Like we got to get out of here, baby.
And I thought he was going to be like, oh my gosh, like, okay, we got to call the doctor. We got to get our bags packed. I thought that's where his head would go. I didn't think that he would say call his parents first.
I thought you packed your bag.
Listen, I've been putting it off. I'm just so lazy.
Just throw some stuff
in there. I have to.
Listen, I've popped 3 of those suckers out. Okay?
You need to come back for me. I know. I thought about this.
You're going to have a C-section. You're going to sit in that bed.
I know.
Literally until you leave.
I know. I was like, what do I need to pack? Like granny panties. You know what I mean? And like comfortable, like a robe and just stuff that's, just cozy to sit in.
When we had Alex, I stayed in the hospital gown the whole 3 days.
Did you really?
Well, again, though, I think I told you he was in the NICU, right?
For yes.
2 days?
Yes.
So I was like out of it.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Yeah.
And then with Aiden, I got changed sometime after he was born. With Andrew,
because all 3 of them, you had them like when your water broke.
My water never broke. So
were you induced with all 3 of them?
So with Alex, I was in labor and it was really, really, really slow. So they ended up inducing me because I was in like excruciating pain.
Ooh.
Even though I was like barely dilated, but wuss. But then with the other 2, I got induced because my blood pressure was a little high and they wanted to be safe. So I got induced a little earlier with both.
Okay.
And I didn't ask for the epidural until 5 centimeters with both of them. I was kicking.
Wow.
Kicking, and then the pain set in. And I was like...
Yeah, epidural, push the button, where's the nurse? Yeah. Get in here now.
But with Andrew, I think I got changed, like as soon as we got to our room, because I remember a nurse being like, you're already changed. I'm like, yeah, I'm not sitting in the hospital gown this time.
Well, I don't remember.
Doing like comfy sweats.
I was going to say, with Parker, I was induced, but I didn't know I was going to have a C-section. But I feel like I packed my bag. And I brought like pants, I brought like pajama pants and like a robe. And I brought like a nursing top, to have. So
I brought nursing bras. I brought sweats, comfy socks.
I've got to do the comfy socks this time.
The thing is you're going to use a lot of what the hospital has.
Right.
Those first couple days.
Yeah.
Which I still brought my own stuff.
Right.
But then I ended up using the stuff at the hospital because it was just easier and it's there.
Right.
Well, and phone charger.
Okay.
iPad. Or
yeah,
computer.
And she told me, because I did my little pre-registration thing or whatever. And that's what she said. Don't forget to bring your phone charger and stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of that stuff, I still use, every day. So I'm like, well, I don't want to pack it away.
No, I didn't. I just grabbed it when we
were
leaving.
And I have no excuse for not packing for the baby because it's just diapers. I need to pack some diapers and some wipes and
I packed the
binkies
babies.
and stuff
I always
like that.
pack the boys' bag weeks in advance because I'm like, I know exactly what I need in there.
Well, so I have a baby shower coming up, and my mom bought a lot of stuff for me that I was going to take to the hospital, and so I was kind of like waiting to open it until like the baby shower, even though she's already given it to me. But I'm like, okay, Mom, things are getting close. Like, I think I'm going to have to just go ahead. And she's like, of course, go ahead and just open it all. And
I'm surprised you're having a baby shower this close.
I know. Yeah. I don't know. I think it was just the timing of everyone's schedules or whatever. So anyways, we'll see. So what's funny. So Phil said, with 2 things he said that were really funny. Right afterwards, I said, when am I going to have this opportunity again? Of course I had to pull this prank on you. And I said, I'm never going to be pregnant again. He's like, you're darn right. You're never getting pregnant again. He goes, I'm never knocking you up again. That's so rude. And then, we have our marriage series that we're doing at church. And so on Wednesday, one of the things that they said was write down and talk to your spouse about like, how can I love you more? What can you do? What can your spouse do to love you more and stuff? So one of my comebacks to him was like, be more thoughtful of me. Replace the toilet paper roll whenever it goes missing or whenever it's
empty.
finished. Yeah,
Finished.
because then I have to reach over the cabinet and I have to find, and like, whenever it's done, just replace it. Just be more thoughtful. So after the prank, he was like, I don't ever want to hear you say that I'm not thoughtful. He goes, the way I have to roll with your punches because I pull pranks on him all the time.
That's awesome, though.
I know. Bless his heart. He goes through a lot. And I even got Parker last year, too, because now Parker likes to pull pranks with me. But I pull
pranks at my house. They're all really dumb, too.
Parker saw that you guys had a fake snake.
Yep.
And so I think Alex brought it one time. He was going to bring it to school. So he gets in the car and he's got a fake snake. And first thing Parker said, he goes, can I borrow that for April Fool's? He was like, I need to use that for my dad. I'm like, wow, I'm so proud.
They put the snake on top of the bathroom door and they ask for help.
How do they get it up there?
They ask for help.
Whoa, so wait.
So then they tell me to leave and then they ask me to come back.
So it's up there. Oh, okay.
But
I was like, wait a minute.
It's really funny. Still. And I'm like, that I just.
Oh, dang. It's really too bad. I think Phil's probably listening to this. It's really too bad because that would be so awesome. He hates snakes. And I would love to put a snake at the top of the door.
Every time it's on the ground or something and I forget that it's there,
I jump. You? Yes.
Yeah. I'm just like, I hate that thing. Go away.
I know. So, and I could probably Parker's probably watching this too. I can't pull it on him. Last year, you know what I did to Parker right before April Fool's? And that's the thing. I always have to pull it like
I need to start doing stuff like
a couple days before April Fool's or like a couple days after. Because that way, if it's on April Fool's, everyone sees it coming, As much as I do it, and my mom too. I pulled some stuff on her. But so last year I got an old paper towel roll or an old toilet paper roll, and I got it wet. And whenever you get it wet, it legitimately looks like poop. So I went into the bathroom, into Parker's bathroom last year, and I put it like around the toilet. And so he went in there like to go pee or whatever, and he's like, "What the heck?" So then I come around the corner and I was like, "Hey, Parker, did you poop on the floor?" He's like, "No." And I'm like, "Parker John, no, that is so gross. Why would you poop on the floor?" He's like, "I didn't poop on the floor." So then I go, "Honey,"
kid.
I know, and I have a video of it too. And I go, "Honey, do you remember April Fool's?" And he like looked at me and he took a second. And he goes, "You did that to me?" I said, "April Fool's." I was like, and I picked it up. I'm like, it's really a wet paper towel.
I need to do this more to the boys. They would love it.
Oh goodness. But I don't think Phil cares for it so much. I've pulled bad ones on Phil. I told him one time when Parker was a baby that my car broke down. He used to be a referee for basketball games and like an umpire for baseball games. Did it in the evenings. We lived in Tulsa, just me and Parker, and I didn't have a very reliable car back then. And so I pretended that my car broke down, and I called his phone because I knew he was umping, and he couldn't get his phone because obviously you cannot keep it in your pockets when you're out on the field, So I'm like, I know he doesn't have his phone on him, so I'm gonna call him like repeatedly, over and over and over and over again. So whenever the game got over, he has 17 missed calls from me.
He probably thought you guys had like died in a
car accident. So, and I left him a voicemail, and I'm like, I broke down on the side of the road, and then I left him another voicemail, and I go, okay, I was able to call an Uber, and I had to move Parker's car seat over to the Uber, but we're home now, but we've got to go back and get my car. So he frantically, as soon as the game's over, he's like, oh my gosh, are you guys okay? Did you make it home? I was like, yes, we did. We're home. And I was like, he goes, where's your car? We got to go get your car. And I said, it's okay. It's on the side of the road. And he's like, okay. And oh my gosh. So I waited till he got home, and then I was like, hey, he goes, why is your car's here? And I go, April Fool's. And he was like, Cassie. He gets so mad, but I find it so comical. So anyways, you better watch yourself around me.
I'm excited. Yay. My dad and his sister had every year they would do a prank war. And I don't know if it was for like a week or a month, but they weren't allowed to tell on each other.
Oh gosh.
So he told me they would it would be like bad, like a lot of things. And I'm just like, Oh my gosh. And so my sister and I tried that when we were younger. We would put honey on the doorknob, like going into the room, and you wouldn't know. Yeah. So like that.
Oh, no.
One time, Molly was sleeping, and my cousin, Abby, we went in there and we poured water around her, trying to make her think that she peed. And she was so mad because we were like, you obviously peed. And she's like, I did not. And we were like, it's right there. Like, it's you peed the bed. What do you want? And it was warm. So, anyway.
Wow, that's even an extra step to do the warmness. Oh my gosh, I love that so much.
So I want the boys to be like that.
Well, and the thing is, my pranks always end well. Like, my pranks are always like, they have a happy ending. Because I don't ever want to like.
I never did.
Well, because I would never prank like, like you give somebody a lottery ticket and it's like, you just won $10,000. And then it's like, psych, no, you didn't. I like the opposite. I like the freak out and then you go, and it's like relief. Instead of the other way around, like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. It's like, oh, just kidding. Ah, like, yeah. I like the whole like relief at the end,
I feel like it just has to be like comical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, I could go on for hours with the pranks because I have done so many pranks.
I do want to say one thing. Happy birthday to Natalia.
Oh, it's her birthday today.
Yes, it's her birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Hopefully
Hopefully she's watching.
She usually does, but just in case.
Where is it her time? Where does she live? In North Carolina?
She's in Arkansas.
Oh.
So they got stationed in Arkansas.
I was thinking she was on like the coast.
Well, that's where we met. We met in South Carolina, but no, they got stationed in Arkansas a couple years ago.
Okay, so it's the same time zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, I think she's like a 4-hour drive.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But it's her birthday, and
happy birthday.
Her husband is he's gone for a year.
Oh,
he
wow.
Just left. So
oh no. How many kids do they have?
They have 3.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, gosh, man, I can't imagine, but you can imagine what it's like to be alone with 3 kids. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That is a lot.
It's a lot. So, but
well, cool. Happy birthday to her.
Yes.
Man, I'm itchy because with the weather and then everything stretches, and I'm just like, so don't mind me if you see.
I saw 2 really funny, like, little things that
like
up on
memes
my
or whatever,
and I wanted to share because I was laughing by myself reading these. So the first one. So have you watched Encanto yet on Disney?
No, I started to. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Watched it like I can't even tell you how many times now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Good.
We keep putting it on, and I sing along to this.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah.
So this one says,
see, I like to turn on Disney movies like that, but then Phil comes in and turns on like The Mandalorian. And I'm like, I can't get into that, with the Baby Yoda and stuff.
I love some of the new ones.
Yeah.
But this says that halftime show was for people who've listened to nothing but Encanto for a straight month and desperately needed to remember when they used to be fun. And I was just dying laughing because I was, at the Super Bowl.
I was going to ask you if you enjoyed the Super Bowl because you're so young. I was going to say little because you're so young. I didn't mean to say little like you're a kid. But you were so young. I mean,
So I've never really liked rap music, but if I listened to rap music, it's the old school rap from those people.
Okay, but whenever I was in high school, I think I was in high school from 2000 to 2004. Okay, so my whole middle school years were like the 90s, with all of that music, middle school, elementary, or whatever. So I grew up with all of that music, but you were a couple years behind. What year did you graduate high school? Like 2015 or something?
15. That's 6 months early, technically.
But you listen. but you listen to 90s music though.
I listened to 80s, 90s, early 2000s.
Okay, so you appreciated it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, me and Phil were straight vibing. Yeah, it was.
I was with Sarah because we went to Sarah's house.
Oh yes,
and she and I were like Snoop Dogg.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, and
my dad was like, "Who are these people?"
Stop. I saw a meme too that said like, when are they going to get someone to perform the Super Bowl halftime that is an actual good artist, not like someone old, like not obviously like Paul McCartney. I think he's passed away now, but it's usually always like older artists that like our generation doesn't really appreciate. But then you go, oh wait, and then it's like, oh, they are playing old music now. That would have,
No, it's my kind of jams. I never liked on all the rap now that they play.
Oh, it's inappropriate. Well, I mean, it's
gross.
always been kind of inappropriate, but it's like they take it to the next level.
And I just don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like the old school.
Yes.
I saw a TikTok that's like, when you're a Christian mom with a past and the Super Bowl song comes on, and they like stopped you right before like the cuss words came on.
Yeah.
But she was like,
I know. I love those.
And then it's like I listen to it for the beat.
Yeah. Well, I love it whenever they do the reels or TikToks where the mom like plays like worship music on the way to school for the kids, and then it's like bye honey, and then you switch the radio station.
They saw a TikTok that did that with Chick-fil-A. It has like you're listening to the rap music and then you pull up and it's like
turn on your worship music whenever you
blessed be.
Or you go to Hobby Lobby, same thing.
Pulls out the cross necklace and I'm just like, that's terrible. Come on. That's terrible.
It is terrible.
Anyway, but then there was, this one says, imagine being rich enough that you don't have to watch YouTube videos every time something in your house breaks.
Oh my gosh.
And I was dying when I read that.
Oh, that's so true.
My ex we would have to YouTube things with the car and with other things. Yeah. And I was just, I don't know. I was just laughing last night.
It would be nice to just call a guy. Like to just have a budget to be like, I don't know what's going on. Let's just call a guy.
Now I just call my dad.
Yeah. Which your dad's really handy, right?
Very handy.
He knows all that stuff.
He probably wouldn't have to look up any YouTube videos.
Yeah, no. Phil and I, Phil has to.
The other day my dad's like, it's really important that you find a guy that I won't have to call me. And I'm like, well.
I mean, I love Phil, but we still have to lean on his dad a lot whenever things break. Yeah. We're like, he'll go, Dad, so-and-so, this happened or whatever. And his dad's always like, okay, let's go walk through it, But I feel like that's Phil's way, he just has to learn. He popped out a parking light. He was trying to change the blinker in his car and he popped it out. He popped out a light. Then he's like, oh crap. And he's like, Cassie, can you come over here? Your hand's smaller, maybe reach in there or whatever. It was the wrong one. And I go, what light is this? And then turns out it's like a parking light. Well, it's so awkward, like the way you got to go put it back in there. So we didn't change the parking light. We got the blinker fixed, but we didn't change the parking light. We even called a friend over and had him look at it. And then he's like, oh man, like you really messed that one up. Like I don't know how to get that back in there. So now we have to like take it to the shop. And I go, Phil, because you popped it out, so now it's going to cost like $45 and like have the shop put it back in. So we haven't. So he doesn't have a parking light on that side of the car. That's okay. But it's like a learning process. He's
I will say,
and I like it because he's like, I'm going to try to do it on my own.
I'm bumping everything today.
What's going on over there?
No,
You're like my hair, and
I just feel all floopy this morning.
I know, floopy. I know. Well, see, we're both struggling. I broke my thumb, and I put hairspray in my hair, and who knows.
But I will say, Curtis was really good at that kind of stuff. Yeah, trying. He would watch a YouTube video, and he would figure it out. See, so I'll give him,
I know, but I don't like
props for that.
See, I don't like the trying part because then it ends up costing money whenever you mess up. But he's like, let me mess up. And I'm like, no, because it's going to cost more money. He's like,
Phil,
how am I supposed to learn? How am I supposed to learn unless I mess up? And I'm like,
it's true.
No.
How else are you going to learn?
I know, but it ends up costing money, just like the stinking parking light. And so now we got to go, but do we really need a parking light? I don't even know how important that is.
All I know is that if something breaks in my house, I'm just going to call my dad.
Well, I might need your dad on speed dial too,
okay, cool,
if that's okay.
Yeah,
he's like 5 minutes away, so I'll be like,
when he
Mark,
gets to my house to fix something, I'll just be like, hey, by the way, is there anything you need? Because he's here.
Yeah, exactly. Send him on down. Send the handyman on down. No, that's then cute. He'd really be upset because then he's doing stuff at his own house. He's doing stuff at your house. He's doing stuff at my house. We'll pay him though.
There you go. See, he's not gonna get paid for me. Sorry, Dad. It's not in the budget.
You got something free. Yeah.
Do you want to do that Friends trivia that I sent you?
You may have to pull it up. I don't know how to pull it up. Whenever I clicked on it, because was I supposed to watch?
I think you just have to click play.
I didn't know if it was a video.
I don't know. I didn't really look into it. I found it and it looked fun.
Oh, I know that one right off the top. What was Monica's nickname when she played goalie as a field hockey team?
Oh my gosh, big fat goalie.
Yes, very good.
For a second, I was like, wait a second.
See, and then you have to hit. Oh, here, my phone is being stupid. Oh, what fruit was Ross allergic to? Oh, kiwi. Yes. See, I didn't even look at it, and I know it's a kiwi fruit. Same thing.
Same thing. You're just adding the fruit.
We're doing Friends trivia. Sorry, we switched gears here. We're doing Friends trivia. Okay, what was the name of Santa's friend who Ross created to teach his son about Hanukkah?
The holiday armadillo.
Duh. Of course. Because he tried to rent. What did he try to rent? Santa?
Yeah.
He tried to rent a Santa costume.
I'm the holiday armadillo.
Well, and then they all showed up. I think somebody showed up as Superman.
Joey.
And then wasn't there a bunny? Or am I confusing that with the Halloween
That's
episode?
the Halloween, because Chandler showed up in in the Santa suit.
Oh, that's right.
Aw, and because Monica goes, Ross tells him to change. He goes, aw, I didn't get to shake my belly like a bowl full of jelly.
I love it. What is Ross and Monica's last name?
Geller.
Hello.
I should have looked at these questions, but
I know, these are
I wanted
easy.
to be surprised.
Did you ever find, you did find that trivia, that Friends
I need
trivia
to
at
order
Five Below.
I need to order it.
Well, I think it's at Five Below for $5.
Do we have a Five Below here?
Yes. How do you not know about Five Below? It's like a Dollar Tree. They got some good stuff in there. I got some headphones one time that were pretty good in there.
Where is this?
Over there by PetSmart, Chuck E. Cheese. Right there in the shopping center. It's right next to, I think it's PetSmart. Right there.
Yeah.
And it's
By
right
Best
next door.
Buy?
Yes. Oh, Best Buy, yes.
It's over there?
Yeah. It's like, and I mean like right next door to PetSmart, I think. Like you walk out the door and
Is it smaller? It's not like very big?
yeah, it is a little bit smaller.
Okay, maybe I should call them and be like, hey, do you have the $5 Friends trivia game? Because
They've got all kinds of stuff. They've got
put it on the side because I'm coming.
They've got journals and like all kinds they've got like coloring books and
I've
like,
run in town to get diapers. Maybe I'll run in there.
you got to.
Might as well, right?
Yeah. Set a budget though, because you might go a little crazy.
Oh.
I'm telling you. Okay. We may not do all these because there's a lot of them, it looks like. Okay. Joey gets cast as a butt double for which actor?
Hold on.
I'm not looking at the answers because I want to guess.
Hold on.
See, he wasn't in our generation, so I don't know.
This is the first season.
It was very, yeah. I don't remember.
Hold on. It's coming to me.
What? Oh.
Does it start with a G?
No. I was looking at these. If I'm right, because we just have to guess one.
Oh, it's multiple choice?
Yeah. And you just have to guess one. I think I guessed it right, though. I would not have guessed that.
What was it?
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino. Yes, it is.
Of course.
The new Al Pacino movie.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, man.
He did say, I'm playing Al Pacino's butt.
Butt.
Yes, that's true.
I'm his butt double.
I'm his butt double. Okay. Joey got a contract to make commercials promoting what product in Japan?
Oh, the blue lipstick.
Yes. I was like, lipstick for men.
Lipstick for men.
What was it called?
Ichiban.
I'm like, I knew it had like a Japanese name or something.
Ichiban. Lipstick
That's right.
for men.
Oh my gosh.
And then he made Chandler wear it. I just love the show so much.
I think I heard in the background whenever you were you watching it the other day?
I'm sure I was.
Whenever you were making dinner or something like that?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, I want to talk about that too. Okay. What was the name of the comic book Ross created as a young child?
Oh, Science Boy.
Yes. We had that last time, I think. Okay. There's still some good ones. We can mix it up and do it next week and stuff. So, no, you made your salmon. And it turned out good?
The air fried salmon. This is like the fourth time I've made it.
Good.
It is so good. If you have an air fryer, and if you don't, go get one. Because
And your boys eat it too?
if I give it to them. So like last night, 2 nights ago, I only had 3 fillets left. Because I buy the bag of salmon from Sam's.
Yes.
So there are single fillets in each pouch or whatever. And
I say yes like I know that. Phil, do I eat salmon? No.
it's okay.
I need to eat it.
I'm going to have to make it for you because it's so good.
Does it taste like chicken?
No.
Because if it doesn't taste like chicken, I'm probably not going to eat it. I need to broaden my horizons.
But it's good because there's seasoning on it. I don't like fish.
But it doesn't have a fishy taste.
No, not, because if there was a fishy taste, I wouldn't eat it.
So what is it comparable to?
I don't know. It's like its own thing.
Huh. Okay.
But I put soy sauce on it, mixed with jasmine rice.
Oh, I'd have to like douse it in soy sauce.
Yeah. And then you could even put some siracha mayo on it.
Okay.
Because like yesterday for lunch, I did a salmon, piece of
You
salmon.
made quite a bowl there. It's like a salad. It was like a big old salad bowl.
But hey, I portioned it out with my containers. So
but did you eat that whole salad? I'm just saying. Sometimes I make a big salad and then like I start eating it and I'm like,
my yellow container of rice, red container of salmon, which I probably honestly was more than that because I was like, when I was eating it, I was like, there's too much protein. I'm just struggling.
I know it's hard.
And then I had a whole thing of chopped up cucumbers.
Oh my!
And a green container. And it's like a cup, pretty much. And then I put the nori. It's like chopped up pretty much with seasonings.
Okay.
Our family calls it nori.
Gotcha.
Nori, soy sauce, and I put a little bit of sriracha mayo, and then I chopped up avocado. And basically, it's like a salmon bowl.
Yeah. Well, it looked good.
So
it actually did look good.
Good.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have it for lunch again today.
Oh, good. Okay. But so the boys don't turn their head up at it or their nose up at it?
You need an air fryer for your birthday?
Oh, yeah.
Tell Cody.
Hey, you do need an air fryer for real. That has been like life changing in our household. Like, I mean, we use it all the time.
Fryer. I need to get a new one because a stupid thing.
How do you get it open? Because she broke her handle. Because you have one of those that's like
when I first got it too.
Oh man. Well, how do you get it open? You use tongs?
There's like the little opening where it was.
Oh, okay.
And I just
very easily pop it out of there.
Yeah, I need to get a different one.
Well, call your dad. Dad, help me. I need a new handle for my air fryer.
Probably. Right.
If you could even fix it, I don't know. And then recently you made a new recipe. Was that the hamburger helper thing?
Oh, that one thing I made?
Yeah.
It was like a healthy hamburger helper.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
So that was,
The
you
boys
had turkey.
definitely ate it. So that one was ground
up turkey.
And there was really minimal ingredients.
Yeah.
But it was so good. And it used Gouda for the cheese.
Oh, I don't know if I knew that.
And it used Gouda.
Oh, that's right, because you used my cheese grater.
Yeah, I did. Because I don't have one. I don't know why I don't have one. But yeah, it used Gouda. And then was shredded zucchini and an onion in there.
Yeah.
So it was full of veggies, full of flavor. And the boys all...
And then what kind of noodles did you use?
That one I think I used the Banza brand.
Okay.
And then I think it was like macaroni noodles or something. Or no, it might have been shells. I don't remember. Something along those lines.
But it was good. Mm-hmm. Oh, good.
I really liked it.
Because I think Alex, whenever he came over to our house, he was like, oh, man, my mom made this thing last night. It was so good. I was making potato soup whenever Alex was over, and I thought, okay, if he'll eat that, maybe he'll eat some potato soup. Then he saw me making bacon, because I, like, you crunch up the bacon and put it in the potato soup. He's like, what's that? And I'm like, it's bacon. And he goes, what are you going to do with it? Because he saw me crunching it up, And I said, I'm going to put it in the potato soup. And he's like, ugh. And I'm like, really? And I'm like, I know you like bacon.
He loves bacon.
Because he eats it in the morning.
Breakfast. How did you know that?
Well, because they get in the car. These boys, they talk about stuff. They get in the car. Well, and I'm always like, good morning, Alex. Like, how are we doing today? And then I'm like, I go, did you have a good breakfast or whatever? And he's like, yeah. And then he's like, I had an orange and, a piece of bacon or whatever. Or French toast sticks or whatever, you guys. Yeah. And then Parker shares what he had. Like, I had a Pop-Tart. And then they talk about that. And
we're really simple. I get like the bag from Sam's of bacon that's already cooked and you just throw it in the microwave.
Oh, there you go. I was wondering about that because I'm like, is she like frying bacon every morning?
No.
Like, that's too much work.
10 seconds in the microwave. Here's your breakfast, buddy.
That's perfect. I love it. Is it crispy though? It's got to be crispy.
Yeah, so if you put it in longer, it gets crispier.
Okay. You could put it in the air fryer probably.
You probably could, but...
And then really make it crispy.
Yeah, but you only need like 10 seconds in the microwave.
Oh,
literally.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like if I put it in the air fryer, it would be crispy.
Too much. Yeah.
In like a minute.
And then like black. Like burnt or whatever.
It wouldn't be good.
That's true.
I don't think it would be good.
But hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If they're happy with it.
Yes, exactly.
Then that's all you got to do.
He eats it every morning, and he eats a granola bar and that. And I'm just like, whatever. If that's good enough for you, then that's
It's usually like a cereal bar or like a Pop-Tart or like a French toast stick that we can pop in the microwave. Just easy. Parker doesn't like cereal. I think it's because of the cold of the milk. He doesn't like...
Alex doesn't like milk. So he won't put it in the
Well, Parker
cereal.
will drink milk, like kind of reluctantly, but he'll drink it. But whenever I'm like, hey, I'm going to pour the milk into your cereal, he's like, don't do that. And I'm like, what do you mean? He'll eat the cereal dry, but he won't eat it if there's milk in it. So, because my mom goes, why don't you like have him eat cereal? Like you guys grew up on cereal. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, my kid will not eat cereal.
Yeah.
So one of these days he'll get desperate enough and then he'll have some cereal. I'm sure.
Or just eat the cereal.
Yeah, without the
that's
milk.
What they do when they need to. But
so, anyways, okay. Well, should we wrap up? I'm like, oh gosh, 8:24. My goodness. Well, I tell you, 39 minutes we've been on. Holy cow. Okay. Well, everybody, have a good weekend. I've got a lot of stuff that we didn't talk about, and we can talk about next week.
Okay.
Did you have something to say? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I don't remember what I was about to say.
So
all I can say, though, is it's been a really emotional last couple weeks. But I feel like I've taken a turn.
Good. That's so good.
I feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Hey, that's exactly what we want to hear.
That's exactly what we want to hear.
That's good. And you look good too.
Ooh.
Like you look good. You seem like you're doing good.
Yeah. Well, on Wednesday night, Nicole, I was sitting in front of us. Have you met Nicole?
I just met her.
Okay, there you go. And she looked at me, she goes, I don't know how you're doing it. And I was like, I look at her, I go, you and me both. And she goes, she's like, yeah. I was like,
you're like,
if I
had a secret formula, I would share it.
And she's just like, she's like, if I was in your shoes, I don't know how I would even be here or like doing any of this. And I was like, honestly, most days I'm winging it. And I also kind of think to myself at the end of the day, how am I not sitting there sobbing every single day? And my mom and I talked about it last night. And she was like, I feel like God is really just like holding you, and caring for you and helping you.
I love that. That's so
walk
true.
through this, because even my mom was like, I don't know either how you're like handling it so well, because like when he'd be gone for a weekend, right, for the military,
right,
I would be frazzled and the kids would be driving me crazy and I would feel like I was gonna like have a panic attack.
Right.
And now my kids are going to sleep by 8:15 and I'm
Look
sitting
at
there
you. Yes, I love that. Well, and that's what you need is a schedule. A schedule is key. Yeah. But I think, my mom was a single mom for a few years, and there was 3 of us. Anyways, I talked to her about it, and she goes, but at the end, every day, though, you just don't have a choice. You just do it. Mm-hmm. Like, you just wake up and you do it. You make it happen. You get their clothes on and you feed them, and you know what I mean? Like I don't know how we're going to do it today, but we're going to do it. Mm-hmm. And you just make it happen.
Yeah, but what's weird, though, is most days I don't feel like I'm barely getting by anymore. I feel like
you're doing it with.
Like I'm breathing.
Good. That's so good.
Not saying that it's not hard.
Right.
Or that I'm not.
Or there's not hard
struggles,
days.
Last week was not good.
Right.
Not good.
And there's still going to be hard days.
But
I have hard days, and I
have
hard days, and I have one child so far and a husband and he actually helps me. You know what I'm saying? Like. So I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do. And I still have hard days.
It's just like last week sucked and the first couple days of this week sucked. And then all of a sudden I had like a light bulb moment where I'm like, I know my worth. My worth is in Jesus. My worth is not in my marriage and the feelings that I've had since I was 15.
Right.
What you were, I was talking to you about a couple days ago.
Yes.
And I'm just like, I don't want to live like this. Like, this isn't fun.
Right.
I want to feel confident.
Yeah, you don't want to live every day like miserable.
No. Yeah. And I don't want to make my worth reside on another person. My worth resides in him.
Yeah.
And because of that, I can do anything.
Well, and right now the boys are still really little. Mm-hmm. So my mom made that comment. She goes, "Oh, so 2 of them can't even get themselves dressed." Because Alex, he can easy peasy, but the other 2, you still have to get them dressed. And one's still in diapers. So it's like they're really little right now, which is like the hardest
phase of motherhood.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
So I mean, not that it wouldn't be hard if they were older. Of course it would still be hard.
Especially because they'd be more aware.
Yeah, well,
of what's
true.
Happening.
That's true.
I don't think Andrew's not gonna remember anything.
No, he's way too little.
Which sucks. Because my mom and I watched that new Jennifer Lopez movie last night.
Was it good?
It was really cute.
Oh, good.
Really cute. And the daughter was saying something about how, I guess the dad's divorced, right? And her dad was showing her pictures of the 3 of them from a long time ago. Oh. And she's like, we did that, Paris Hamlin or something. He's like, yeah. And she goes, oh. And he's like, you don't remember? And she's like, I don't really remember having any memories of all of us together. Oh. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But I wasn't even sad. I was more mad in that moment because I was like,
I would have started crying.
Ooh, I was like, of course. And that's going to be Andrew. Yeah. Even Aiden probably.
But it's so much better like that. You know what I mean? It's so much better that instead of them, like you said, being aware and knowing now.
Alex knows, yeah.
Right. So imagine having all 3 of them aware of what was going on.
Instead, I want my kids to remember that Mommy was always there.
Right.
Mommy always did her absolute best.
Yes.
And the future has many possibilities.
Absolutely.
And we'll see what happens.
Yes. And if it's getting easier now, it's just going to continue to get easier.
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like because of the first couple of days of this week and last week and everything that transpired, I feel like that's what made me sit there and be like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to wake up and feel miserable. I don't want to go to sleep miserable. I don't want to try to please people.
Right. Listen, and it helps when the sun shines because today the sun's shining and it's gives you hope and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Because I bet it is hard on the gloomy days we've had.
Yeah, I'm great. My life's just going to suck.
I know, for real. My mood is so dependent on the weather. Phil gets so mad at me and he's like, oh, you're in a bad mood. It's raining today. Of course you're in a bad mood.
It's cloudy. It looks gross outside.
I woke up this morning and I was like, holy cow, the sun is shining. Everybody get out of bed. I'm so excited.
60-something this weekend.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Of course, my kids won't be with me Sunday.
Listen, I know. But now that we got the big snow out of the way, I'm ready for spring.
Me too.
I'm over this.
My spring stuff's out.
I know.
We're ready.
I took down all my Valentine's decorations and I put up my spring stuff.
When I walked in the other day, I was like, these got to come down.
Yeah. So I put up all my spring stuff. So I'm ready. I'm ready
too.
I
really am.
Let's get this show on the road,
And I'm going to shed the last pounds. I have a new plan. We're going to diving deep.
Good.
Hopefully my dad will still do our little bet. We never decided on what the bet will be, but if I lose the weight that I want to lose, and again, of course, losing weight is not all of it.
Right.
But I do know that I have to lose some.
Well, and you feel better. Yes.
I'm going to feel lighter. I'm going to feel better, sexier, more confident, all
yes.
those things.
Yes.
And I want that.
Check.
And I want to feel that way, because the last couple of years have been filled with so much. I don't know what's wrong with me today.
Listen, someone needs to send the chopper for this girl. She's got trouble over here.
I'm going on like hardly sleep. I'm so tired.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Anyway, but the whole point is I want this to be a good year. I have so many like dreams and goals for the boutique and my Beachbody business and everything.
Yes.
And I'm like, you know what? I have time before I have to start school. I need to like do this for my kids, obviously, but I need to do it for me. I need to do it.
Yes.
And I want to succeed. And I don't want to have anyone holding me back. And I'm just going to go for it.
Good. I love it.
Anyway, that's
use
my
that
little
as
tidbit.
See, going into your weekend. That's your
Yes.
weekend motivation and inspiration. There you go.
Welcome.
Okay, guys, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Woo!